effectively with black the day after the rest day. I think, that leaving the fate out of their own hands, that is what Magnus intends to do. It is e4, it is the king's pawn. How will Pragg react? He's been playing e5 in the main throughout this tournament and in recent times. Magnus quick out of his chair, maybe offer a quick confession. But what are we expecting from Pragg? The French. But yeah, these positions, they're so tense. I used to play, just like you, Ivanka, e5 all the time. Let's do a quick action replay. Magnus reacted to this surprise with the advanced variation, as Ivanka mentioned there. But after c5, c3, black has so many options. Black can also play with bishop d7, trying to quickly, for example, bring out the bishop to b5, trying to trade off white's best bishop for black's slightly stuck French bishop. But knight c6 instead, and again, loads of moves. Queen b6, maybe the ultimate main line, bishop d7, f6, knight g7, there's so many options. And it can be hard to get your mind around it. It looks like Pragg has surprised Magnus with a very rare move, knight h6, or at least compared to the other lines, still a few hundred games here, so I shouldn't say very rare, slightly rare. And the big question is to take or not to take.
Yeah.
The knight otherwise will land on the f5 square.
It's an interesting kind of formation with the knight out to h6, because just to kind of compare it with your queen b6 and bishop d7, there were certain guidelines, like for instance, if a knight ever came to e7, that was white's signal to go knight a3, to get your knight to c2, so that you could bolster up the pawn on d4. And if the queen ever came as, this is one kind of idea. You could apply this with both bishop d7 and the knight coming to e7. But also, after queen b6, it was also possible to go a3 to get in a very quick challenge of b4 as well. Just clarify the center in order to, again, reinforce d4. And one of the big ideas with this particular pawn structure in general is you want to be going bishop d3. So if we rewind to knight h6, this is the reason why people were going queen b6, so that you didn't get bishop d3, because that bishop shooting out at h7 is one of the most powerful pieces. So this is also a question. And as David, you mentioned, bishop takes knight is also a possibility. And I never knew whether this was a good or bad thing.
Yeah, I never knew either. And I think the last time I played the French in a classical game, if I'm not mistaken, was against Gawain Jones at the London Chess Classic. And there, he surprised me with the advanced variation. I was like, oh no, I'm scared of that one. So I was kind of freestyling a bit. I played queen b6, bishop e2, and just because of exactly what you said there, Ivanka, I played the move knight to h6 in this position. Knight e7 does allow knight a3 and coming back to defend the pawn. Knight h6. The idea was that I don't allow knight to a3 because that knight can be taken and damage to white's pawn structure. Black gains a bit of time with development. Knight c3 is supposed to lead to some forcing lines where black is totally fine. But now he played bishop takes h6. I took on b2 thinking, okay, I'm going to either win the rook or take the bishop next and having won a pawn. And after the move knight to d2 takes, he just castled, and I was left with an unpleasant choice whether to take a pawn, whether to run away and lose time with my queen. And actually, this pawn structure, which we might
head towards that trophy of Norway Chess. A huge win, extending her lead, and Magnus surviving the game so far, and I think feeling very confident about his chances. He loves to play with the king, and that's an active piece right now.
Walking forward bravely into the center, allowing a check from the bishop as well. But Magnus, the fact that he relinquished the pin on the 7th rank, surprising, but he has realized that he's stepping to safe squares for now. But can he continue? It's like a minefield. If you step on one mine, you get mated.
This is playing with fire if you're Magnus Carlsen right now, and it's a dangerous game to play. The queen and the bishop, you can give some checks with your own queen. Magnus has got to be careful. Only one move, king to e2, everything else it's checkmate.
Only one move now for Magnus Carlsen. It has to be king e2 and he goes forward.
Checkmate, it's 7. It's a mate in 7 if you go queen d4 check.
That's the most natural move on the board. It stops the white king going forward. It controls the dark squares. Pragg closing in for the kill here. Magnus, blunder, only 20 seconds left, and you saw it. He made the move and kind of hesitated.
But Pragg's got 25 seconds to figure this out. Can he find his way? Can he calculate? We talk about the Indian school of chess. Calculation over everything. Does Pragg find queen d4 check and checkmate? The world number one is by one.
Surely now.
Mate in 6.
The bishop is coming first. It's a queen check. Also the most accurate. Mate in 5 now.
Oh my goodness. And you've got to give another check from d2. Mate in 4 now.
And Magnus is done. It's checkmate. There's no way forward. Handshake. World number one crashes to defeat. Pragg kicks him down.
And Magnus Carlsen cannot believe it. For Praggnanandhaa, it's his second win in a row here at Norway Chess, taking down the world number one. Wow. What a comeback there from Praggnanandhaa to defeat Magnus.